if I started demoing leads, my fingers would hurt. Like, and when I tried to do leads on the first album, I hadn't played them very much. Maybe because of the
Yeah.
pandemic, and my fingers would blister up and everything. And I was like, I think I'll just stick to writing.
Our guest today is a member of the extreme metals community for well over 35 years. His band, 6 Feet Under, comes around with their 15th album on the 24th of April. Let's welcome to Metal Mayhem ROC, Jack Owen. Jack, thanks for the time today, man. How you doing?
What happened? You froze.
Yeah.
You froze.
Oh, you froze. Well, my Wi-Fi sucks, so you're gonna have to do it. Can you like post edit all the crap out?
Yeah. Well, we thought you had a little bit of a stage fright, but after 35 years, you don't have that. Dude, listen, man, this is exciting. Bill and I have been buddies since 6th grade. You guys spent a lot of time together. Why don't you guys reconnect? Because this is going to be one hell of a walk down heavy metal memory lane.
Yeah.
What's up?
Going back down memory lane.
Yeah.
So, Bill, how'd you guys connect? Give us the quick version, because it's I've heard the story a million times. Tell us about it.
Well, we met in like 1990. We actually met a couple times before we actually started hanging out. If you remember, I met you after a couple shows. I wasn't there right at the beginning of Cannibal, but I was pretty soon after. And then I started managing a death metal band from Rochester called Matricore. And then that's you guys hooked up, and I think you, Alex, and Rob came to town one time. Bob, I should say, not Rob. And we all hung out, and we were pretty much friends from there, I guess.
Yeah, it was basically Buffalo and Rochester, and I was like on the east end of Buffalo. I was basically between Buffalo and Rochester. So I would go out there and hang out a lot with like the Matricore guys who became Mastodon.
Yeah. Well, then we would hang out at Club Braun, at Braun's house, from Mastodon.
Mm-hmm. So. They jammed, and what was that, like the top of a barn up in the loft?
That was real early on. Yep. Yeah. And then once lethargy started happening, then it was over at Braun's house.
Yeah, and then bring in Eric Burke, and then we're 2-1 down a house of guitars every time we can on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, man, because I'm a Rochester guy. I'm surprised. Bill, there any chance I hooked up with you guys when you guys were hanging out back then?
I don't know. I mean, I was asking you about the Metallica show at Weedsport, but I don't think we bumped into each other at that show.
I was away at college from like in between 86 and 89, and then 90 to 93. So I wasn't there. But either way, Jack, I'm a Rochesterian, a big old metal fan, and the stories go on and on. Bill's told me all about it, the hockey games, the fucking the misbehaving you guys did. But you know what? Yeah, but we're here to talk about the new album, the Next to Die coming out, the 15th album. Tell us about this one. Where does it stack up beyond the last couple ones?
Yeah, we kind of got a continuity going on now, because when I got in the band, Chris kind of commissioned me to write a whole album, which I did. I wrote all the music for Nightmares of the Decomposed in 2020. And I sent that to him, and he wrote all the lyrics. So when it came time for Killing for Revenge, 2 years later, I wrote all the music, and I had some lyrical ideas, and Chris liked them. So he said, write as many lyrics as you can. So I did. And I almost wrote the whole last album lyrically. So we just have like a brotherhood, like within the band. We all have faith in each other to do the right thing. On this album, Chris just said, go ahead and write all the music. And I wrote basically a whole album and wrote all the lyrics for it. And it was all death metal, like the last album, Killing for Revenge. And it turned out about half of the songs were either not very good, or they were like derivative of older 6 Feet Under songs or other death metal songs. And I had no idea. So we just kind of cut out half of those, and instead of writing more death metal stuff, Chris just suggested that we kind of write in the vein of the old 6 Feet Under stuff, like the first couple albums. And I've embraced that sound as soon as I joined the band by Alan West, obituary guitar sound. So, yeah, I was ready to write a whole side of groovy death metal.
You ever write a song and, write music and more of the lyrics, and when you get done, you're like, man, did I finally cross over and write something that took it just a little too far?
Oh, maybe not. I'm a little more vague in my lyrics.
Okay.
We were just going over them because we released the singles in the past few weeks. And I notice when I have a killer in a song, it sometimes isn't male or female. It's just killer. So, yeah, I tried to be a little more flippant and vague, and you have to kind of figure out what exactly is going on. Whereas Chris is just like, lay it all in the lyrics, and there it is. That's the way he's always been named back in the day.
So the song selections, approach your grave. There's a part in there that feels like it's about to speed up, and you're like, yeah, here we go. And then all of a sudden it rips and drops back and goes into the lead. And that's a killer lead, but man, you kind of surprised me with that there.
Yeah, I'm always trying to write something like Dark, was it Black Prophecies or Dark Prophecies by Dark Angel? I wrote that song, I think it was like 10 or 12 minutes when I first wrote it, and it was tuned like really low, like Neanderthal from the last album. And Chris was like, that's going to be the longest 6 Feet Under song ever, maybe the longest song ever. So I think I got it down to like 6 minutes, and then down to whatever it is now, I think 4:30-ish. And
yeah, it's almost 5 minutes or something. It's got a good flow to it though.
Yeah, thanks, man. I will be writing all this fast stuff, and then I'm like, I gotta throw some doom in there or some stoner rock, because I love all that stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of got a doomy groove to it.
Yeah, and I don't know how it ended up first on the album. We basically had all the songs laid out alphabetically, and we would always listen to that first, and we're like, oh, you know what? Actually not a bad song to have first, even though it's like a slow doom song.
No, that's cool. It's different, And then Unmistakable Smell of Death, the lead in that album's sick. How'd you guys come up with something like that and keep it heavy?
And Unmistakable, yeah, Ray just goes off on his own. I do a lead on my demos, but it's crap. So Ray comes in and just shreds all over it. He's awesome. I think that's more of like an octave thing that he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just goes back to like what I said. Everything, if we all have faith in each other, it's like we send everything over to Ray. You barely have to listen to it when he's done. It's like, I will listen to it, even though I don't have to. It's the same with the drums and the bass. We know it's all going to turn out good.
Right on. And then Ill Wishes. This one is different. What were you going for there? Is that a death metal ballad, might I say?
Yeah, power ballad.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not like a ballad, but no, it's crazy. It's got that cool little guitar part in there. And
that's one where we had, I think it was a whole 2-minute middle part that was all clean, jangly guitar, and we just took the whole thing out of that one. I'm not sure where we were in the writing process, but Chris was like, we need a power ballad. And I was like, so like Dokken or Rat? And I just went to my studio and wrote that in like an afternoon. It's only like 3 parts in it, but kind of reminded me. It's different. The lyrics are deep.
Yeah, and it's got that spooky kind of whispering, kind of talking, circling around your head kind of thing going on there.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It's weird. One journalist was like, you got to play that live. And I was like, I don't know if we'll have time. Plus, it's really weird for everybody to sit through.
Jack, is there a song that almost didn't make it onto record for any reason?
Yeah, there were 3 death metal songs that would have rounded out the whole album. They were just like stuff that didn't flow. Like I tried, when I demo it, I just kind of threw it together and the timing was off, and there were titles and lyrics that 6 Feet Under had already done in the past that I wasn't familiar with. So yeah, there was 3 death metal songs at least, maybe 4, and then we've got 6 to 8 of the groove songs left over.
So wait a second. These were lyrics that 6 Feet Under already did, but you didn't know they did it?
Yeah, just like a rough concept, like something about being shot in the head. In my lyrics, it might have even been the title, and I was like, "Oh, 60 Under already had a song called that."
All right.
And there was other stuff that didn't flow. I couldn't get the timing right, so I didn't bother using it. So yeah, we have a skeletal frame of at least like 10, 15, at least 15 songs to work with for the next album already.
If someone's not familiar with 6 Feet Under, what's the go-to song that you could play for them to get them up to speed that represents your band?
We're gonna throw in War Is Coming. It's the first song off the second album, Warpath. That's pretty much the obituary guitar tone, the 6 Feet Under sound, and that's where they kind of broke out in when was that album? 97.
Okay, all right.
War Is Coming. Crank it.
Bill, is there any other music on this album that you had any notes on?
I don't, but I only got to listen to the whole thing a couple times because of the way the format is. I wasn't able to leave the house with it. So, but I mean, there's definitely some killer. There's some good, like there's one tune. I can't remember the name of it. Or it starts out and it sounds like the Scooby kids are getting chased through the graveyard.
Yeah,
once
I got into the groove thing and got the tempo down, it was like I kept using that beat over and over. Like all the groove songs that are left over, they're all kind of similar. Like the skank beat. It's like that almost thrash beat, but kind of almost hardcore beat.
You used to play leads and you don't anymore. I'm just wondering what changed, what happened with that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of started writing so much, and kind of if I started demoing leads, my fingers would hurt. Like, and when I tried to do leads on the first album, I hadn't played them very much, maybe because of the pandemic, and my fingers would blister up and everything. And I think I'll just stick to writing. I've got that guitar melody in Approach Your Grave. That's me. That kicks off that thing. So yeah, I guess I'm more into writing rhythms lately.
Right. No, I know leads are kind of a pain in the ass to write anyway, but
yeah.
If you listen, getting old sucks.
Right. I know. Sometimes you can't feel what you're playing. Like if you listen to the leads that I do for Ray, I'm just saving a spot on each song for Ray to play a solo. So I do a crappy lead there, and they all sound like Robin Trower.
So Ray will come in and he'll be like, "Oh, all right, let me fix this up. Let me get it up to speed."
Yeah, I never get compliments on my leads. They're like, "Oh, that's the spot. Okay, I'll shred that."
Do you miss playing
back
leads?
In the day, they used to call him Owen the Explosion. He was exploding.
Yeah, I would just like do a whammy bar lead and try to hit the highest notes I can, which I still kind of do. I did that in Deicide. But yeah, maybe it's age, maybe it's more you don't make royalties from leads.
No. Right. Well, don't tell Ingve that. So.
Oh yeah, right.
Talk about the live. You're headed to Europe. You have America this summer. What's the difference between the two markets?
Oh man, Europe. Europe.
Yeah, tell us about Europe.
Man, it's just consistently been there. Like Germany is like the home of metal, pretty much. I mean, you can go there any time of the year. I mean, we're doing the summer festivals, but we're also playing headliners, and the ones in Germany are selling out. And it always used to be you can't play club shows in Europe in the summer because everybody's on holiday. And like, maybe there's enough people now because the ticket sales are looking good. America has been up and down depending on what's big and whatever. I think since Ghost is playing arenas, maybe metal is coming back a little stronger. Stuff like that. The Slipknot still going. The more they can crack the mainstream with metal, I think the more it helps every genre over here. Yeah, America is hit and miss, probably because it's so big.
Yeah, and you know, there's more like festivals, but they're multi-genre festivals. You know, you'll have like a 6 Feet Under, then you'll have like this type of band, and that's just to get a lot of people there.
Yeah,
So
I noticed one festival, Godsmack is on it, and so is Satyricon. I'm like, what? That's totally weird. But everybody will like it. And it's like, seems like every festival we're playing, The Offspring is there too. It's like Behemoth and 6 Feet Under and Unleashed and The Offspring. Totally weird.
What do you get from an American crowd that you enjoy that you don't get from a Euro crowd?
I guess it's more dedication, because I think we see more generational fans coming out in America. Europe, we just have all the old crusters that are still around, and they don't really bring their kids out. But America, it's like everybody that's been around the scene for 20 or 30 years now is bringing their kids out. And I think one show in Santa Ana, I saw a guy had his kid on his shoulders. He was like 8 or 10. I was like, throw him in the pit. So I took him off the shoulders and threw him in the pit. I think it's more of like a family thing over here. And then Europe was more of a way of life, kind of, for every person.
You know, have you ever been up on stage and have seen one of those guys in a wheelchair actually surfing the crowd?
I think so, yeah. Because the bigger it gets over in Europe, the more they get trapped and they can't get out. So they kind of just arrange it with the bouncers, just get them on top, and they'll get them to the back, to the outer ring.
I've always seen that, and I've always been in awe, if you will. It's like, that's awesome that, the community, the metal community looks out for their own. It's dangerous for the guy in a wheelchair, but that's awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing with American mosh pits. If you fall down, you're going to get kicked up. And Europe is more of just straight headbanging.
Yep.
I was going to say, back in my day, it was always a guy with the crutch.
Right. Oh, they have a crutch in there. Right.
Yeah, I would be at the War Memorial, and they're on the floor, and it's like cram packed, and there's some dude there on a crutch. I'm like, man, you shouldn't be out here.
Or it was always the can of WD-40 and the lighter.
Yeah, right. Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah.
What are you excited about playing live off the new one?
We do have Mr. Blood and Guts in it right now, and I hope we get some more put in. But we did some of the video for Mr. Blood and Guts, so that one is turning out to be the darling of the album. So we got that in the set list preliminarily, and Mutilated Corpse in the Woods is my favorite, so hopefully we'll put that one in there. But man, 15 albums in how many years? It's to make a set list. We just read that up to Chris.
So hey, I see your hat there. So now you live close to Chicago. Are you going to be a Bears fan now too?
The Bears were interesting this year. It was like
they were.
Yeah, some of the games, they looked so bad. I think I threw out some Bears stuff. But then somehow they came back, and at the end of the season, they get in the NFC Championship? Almost.
Right?
Yeah,
Almost.
I'm just a thrift store junkie. So if you go into the stores up here, you can find all the Blackhawks and Bears and Aaron Rodgers jersey that you want.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how do you like living in Illinois?
It's awesome. The winter wasn't too bad. It was like
it was brutal in New York.
Yeah. Up by the lake.
What do you know about New York winter? You live in Florida now.
No, he's in Illinois. Oh, me, yeah. No,
Yeah,
I got family in New York. I talked to my family. But yeah, no, I didn't experience it like you guys. We actually had some freezing temperatures here, and a bunch of stuff died.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
As soon as we move up north, then there's a nice cool winter.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Jack, I'm a huge Miami Dolphin fan up here in Rochester. When you did Ventura, do you have a chance to meet Marino?
Not Marino. Oh, nah, he wasn't on the set at that point. But that was, let's see, Jim Carrey and Courtney Cox were on the set at that time.
Did you meet Jim?
Yeah. Yeah, came out of his trailer and talked to us, and he does impressions like Fire Marshal Bill without makeup or anything. His face is just like rubber.
Yeah.
And he's just totally cool. He was into all the songs that were on our albums at that point. He asked if we were playing songs that we probably never even did live. And we're like, no, we're just supposed to do one song, but whatever. Yeah, he was into metal.
He was. I saw a reel recently. He talked about he got into Napalm Death. He fucking fell in love with it, and then, it led the way. You're from Buffalo. Are you on this Sabres bandwagon? Are you following that?
Yeah, I guess it's the new model for hockey teams. Get rid of all your good players, then you're gonna make the playoffs.
Well, it's working, man.
It's like I watch all these games. I can watch any game with any team. And there's another Sabres night. There's Paterka over there. There's Middlestat and Okozo. Everybody's gone, and they're the best they've been in 15 years. I just don't get it. It's got to be Lindy Ruff.
Bill, share some of these stories with our listeners that you shared with me, with you two hanging out at hockey games and misbehaving at football games.
You'll remember his name probably. I don't remember his name. And it was the Bears. Remember when the Bears were in the same division as the Bucks? Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden you're like, small hands. And all of a sudden he's like, bloop, and the ball falls out of his hand.
Oh, yeah. That was Dave Craig.
Dave Craig, yes.
He was the quarterback for the Bears? Or maybe the Falcons?
Bears.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was the Bears.
Yeah. He was notorious.
I think he was a journeyman by that time, but yeah.
He was notorious for not having big enough hands to throw an NFL football. It's like, you're a quarterback?
All right.
But the main thing...
We used to go to a lot of hockey games, too, at a lot of Lightning games. And yeah.
We went to see the Lightning when they first started, and they played in a shed at the fairgrounds.
Right? Yeah. We saw them go from the shed to the Tropicana field, which was ridiculous. But then they got in the playoffs that one year, so it was like 28,000 at that one game. It was crazy. It's against the Flyers, actually.
Flyers, yep.
This jogged my memory since poor Ross the Boss passed away recently from Manowar. Then, if you remember on the Tomb of the Mutilated tour, I gotta say it like that because that's how we said it. We're driving along, and for some reason, Alex loved battle hymns. Remember, I think I found a cassette of battle hymns in Berkeley or something, and we just jammed it over and over and over again. Yeah. And all of a sudden, one time the bus just goes whipping to the side of the road, and we're all like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And the dude comes back, and he's like, "If I hear the fucking album one more time, I'm gonna lose my shit." And he's like, holds up his hand, and he's like, "See what happened to me? I lost my fucking thumb in Vietnam."
Oh yeah,
I'm just like, whoa, dude.
Yeah, man. We had listened to everything up until that, and we had really heard Manowar. I think Barnes and Paul and them were into Manowar because they recorded at Buffalo. But me and Alice, we'd never really heard Manowar until that tour.
Right.
I was like, damn, I can't get enough of this.
So we kept playing it over and over again. Yeah. And the dude lost his shit. So yeah, no more battle hymns after that incident.
Yeah. Only blow your speakers with rock and roll.
Yeah. Yep.
Jack, Bill and I go back to sixth grade, like I mentioned earlier. First day of school, I walked in, and there's Bill at his desk, and he has an Ace Frehley folder. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I'm a Kiss fan, and we've been best of friends ever since. They led, going to each other's houses, jamming like All the World's a Stage, and what could you share with your history with Bill? What stands out about Bill that you dig, that really great you gravitate to?
I think the whole scene of like what he was talking about, Matricore, which turned into Lethargy, and a couple other guys went on to Mastodon. That was just a cool scene. It was like I was right between Buffalo and Rochester, but it was like I usually gravitated to Rochester. So there was a lot more going on out there. A little more metal than Buffalo, I guess. just Bill was part of that, man. With the scream that you did on Melting, do you ever play that on the radio? That'd be a great sample.
Oh man, I'd have to get a solid copy of that because the only copy I have is like a beat up tape from 1991 or whenever that was.
Right.
What is it?
I did a scream in the song Melting, Matricore song, and it sounds like I sound like a screeching tire or something. I don't know.
Who would have a good MP3 of it or a version of it? Would Burke have it?
Yeah, I'd have to get a hold of Eric Burke, I guess.
Yep.
He might have it.
It was like a 30-second like sheepdog from Razor scream.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the backward scream. I used to do this thing where I could scream sucking in instead of blowing out.
Oh yeah.
And there was times I could do it for like a minute and a half. I'd almost pass out, but yeah. Udo used to do that too. If you listen to some early Accept, he did those kind of screams.
Really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Any more stories you could share, or we'll let Jack get on his way? Jack, you got anything you could share? Any memory? Anything?
Man, people were asking me about like a Mount Rushmore of Florida death metals. It's like the first time somebody asked me that, I forgot about death. And I was like, oh shit. So they asked me again, like another journalist, and I was like, Mount Rushmore. So we're talking bands like Death, Morbid Angel, Obituary, obviously, Malevolent Creation, Monstrosity. And if you're talking putting people on a Mount Rushmore, it's like they gotta have Chuck, one or two of the Tardis, a David Vincent maybe, or a Trey, and who else was there? Chris Barnes. It's like that was the whole thing. There's like Morbid Angel was from North Carolina, and Cannibal Corpse was from Buffalo, and so was Malevolent Creation. But it's like we joke, yeah, we started Florida death metal.
Yeah,
but everybody's got roots elsewhere, I guess.
Who's your favorite band of all time? Any genre?
Jimi Hendrix Experience, definitely, or Kiss.
Purple Glove era or the cool 70s stuff?
Oh, 70s. Kiss Alive was what got me into jamming, and my first band was going to be called Kiss 2.
Then what happened? You got a letter from Gene?
Yeah, he wanted money. He wanted to make action figures and sell them.
Dude, that's the album that got me into them. Got me into music. I mean, I was already into music, but Kiss Alive was where I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I just heard a cassette dub. I didn't know what they looked like or anything. Just my brother had a dub of it. I was like, man, this is pretty heavy compared to my brother's Chicago albums or Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Right.
or what was on the radio. It's like that radio era was like Sultans of Swing and weird crap like that. So
we had AM and they would play Kiss 1 minute and ABBA the next, or Captain and Tennille. So
yeah, which is good in its own right. But Kiss had that heavy edge to it, probably because of Ace.
Yes, definitely because of Ace.
Yeah. Like if we did another cover album, I would suggest all Ace Frehley songs.
All right. Again, the album Next to Die, April 24th, Metal Blade, Jack Owen. Thanks for hanging out, man. I'll let you guys say goodbye. I appreciate you remaking this happen, even though we had miscommunication at the beginning.
All right, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.
You got it.
Good to see you, man.
Right on, you too. Cool. I'll go do my 6:30 and then we're off to dinner.
Okay. For Jack Owen and Bill the Rager, I'm the Vernomatic, and this is Metal Mayhem ROC. Thanks for watching Metal Mayhem ROC. Subscribe and check out another interview right here.